let's try it more like this. The Late Night Web Show. The Late Night Web Show. It's the Late Night Web Show. The Late Night Web Show. No, I don't like it.
Let me get on my mark. There was a lot of feedback in my ear for a second. How's everybody? Welcome to episode number 2 of the Late Night Web Show. My name is Jared, and if you missed the first episode and you're watching and you're confused, that's all right. And even if you have no idea what's going on, I'll explain everything a little more detailed in a second, because we are not just live on Facebook. We are live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Ustream, YouNow, some random Japanese website. It's like yt.Russia or something crazy, but it's not Russian. It's very weird, but we're live on that too. So I guess the best way to interact with the show is by tweeting at Late Night Web on Twitter. And you can also follow our Facebook page, which is at Late Night Web Show on Facebook. So we've had quite the interesting few weeks. We had a guest that was supposed to be on the show who bailed at the last second. He claims he's in the hospital, so our best wishes out to him. I think he's lying though. It's a little messed up to say, but I think he's actually lying. But it's okay. And then we had another guest who got cold feet, so we have a very interesting guest that's going to be coming out much later in the show after we do a few more segments. So I don't know. Everything has just been very interesting. It's so weird being live again. So I'm just very confused. And at least I know which camera's on right now. Last week we didn't do that. So hope everybody had a very interesting few weeks. I saw some stuff online that really concerned me. Chris Pratt and Anna Faris, if you don't know them, Chris Pratt, he's in like every movie. He's everywhere. They announced that they were getting separated and people were upset, and I was like, oh, that's kind of sad, I guess. But all these people were tweeting, and one person specifically tweeted that they were more upset about this than they were about their actual parents getting divorced, which concerns me for multiple reasons, because that's just very weird, unless she knows them personally. Yeah, so I thought that was very strange and very interesting. And then there was a story that I don't know if I talked about here, but I talked about everywhere to everybody I saw pretty much. Facebook was developing this AI program, and they built these 2 robots allegedly. And the 2 robots, according to these news outlets, started creating their own language and talking to each other. So Facebook shut everything down, which freaked me out. And I was telling everybody, like, this is kind of awesome. But then Facebook came out and said, no, that's not true. And I think that's exactly what the robots would want you to think, is that they didn't do that. So I'm pretty concerned that Facebook's just going to kill everybody at some point. I have my location off on my phone for Facebook, and anytime I'm somewhere, they're like, hey, you're at Chili's. Tell everybody you're at Chili's. I'm like, how do you even know? I told you to not track me, but that is that. So a couple updates with this show. Last week, we announced our Patreon campaign, which is patreon.com/Late Night Web Show. And you can go there and you can support starting up to $10 a month, all the way up to, I think the max is like 50, and some of you crazy people did the 50 a month one. And starting next week, you'll be able to get some pretty interesting perks, one of which is you'll get early access to our store, which is launching next week. It was supposed to launch this week, but we had some issues. I had some issues. I have a lot of issues. That you can start interacting with the show. So we were supposed to have confetti cannons set up. We don't. Some people in the audience will probably think I'm lying, but we don't. There is one somewhere, but it's not plugged in any way, shape, or form for now. So you'll be able to interact with the show in different ways. So that's coming next week. So if you're on Patreon, you get early access to that. Starting next week, you'll be able to, actually this week, you'll be able to hear everything that's going on with the show, and you'll get a lot more updates and stuff like that. So I cannot hear Roman through anybody's headset today, so this is very interesting. Also, speaking of Roman, I thanked a bunch of people last week or on our first show, and I did not mention Roman at all, so I feel really bad. That was not intentional. Roman, he's a nice kid. He was on the Friday Night Cranks mega show, the second mega show. He helped put most of this tech stuff together, if not all of it. I only say most of it because I plugged some stuff in, so that was on me. But he set everything up. He's great. He's in the tech room now. Hopefully, I see he's switching cameras, so that's good. And nobody's texted me because my phone hasn't gone off, so yeah. So there are a lot more updates, and also starting next week, there'll be a nice way for you guys to get tweets sent to me, so I don't have to start staring at my phone all the time. I thought I heard footsteps over there, but there's nobody on the set. And speaking of why there's nobody on the set, Fizz and Sprinkles are taking a vacation this week, so they'll be back next week, hopefully with some interesting vacation stories. So we'll see. And the first show, everybody was a little confused about what's going on with these segments and everything like that. Sorry, my ear hurts a little bit with the segments and stuff like that. So we're going to be moving in about 2 minutes to a new segment called Dumb News. And if you follow my podcast that I did a few years ago, this is nothing new to you guys. But some of you have sent me news articles over the last few weeks, and I've also found some news articles of things that have actually happened, mostly all in America. And that's very concerning and very strange to me. So I think that's just pretty crazy. And before we move on, I just want to say thank you to everybody that's here physically and through the cameras watching this show and supporting what we're doing and just hopefully taking some time out of their day to be entertained by everything that's about to happen. So like I said, hopefully our guest is going to be getting ready in the next few minutes because we had a guest all set up. We had games. We had a whole script planned for this show, and then the dude said he's not showing up. So hopefully we'll get him back on the show in a few weeks, and we'll see. But I can promise you in the next few weeks coming up, we have some crazy guests lined up, and I'm facing some of my biggest fears live in the next few weeks. So we'll go with that. So we're still kind of winging this. We don't have transitions or anything set up, so we're going to move on to the Dumb News segment in just a minute or so. Just want to make sure everyone is aware that that's what's going to be going on. I was going to have everything on this teleprompter, but the teleprompter program was being a little weird, so I'm just going to read some stuff off my phone, and a lot of people were complaining, show one, Jared, you're on your phone, this is stupid, it looks dumb. I agree. Roman's screaming, don't do it. How am I supposed to give them the news? I was going to shout that to him and blow everybody's eardrums out on accident, so I apologize. And thank you to every single person who told me during the live show that my shirt was not tucked in. I was jumping around and it became untucked, so now I'm paranoid that it's not tucked in. So looks like it is. Is it? I guess so. All right, so let's move on to this Dumb News segment. If you're watching on YouTube, we'll cut there, and we're going to add some like cute little music and stuff. But since you're watching live, you get to sit through awkward silence. And maybe if I could have some applause while we do this next part. Yeah, thank you. Just to fill the void of uncomfortableness. Thank you, everybody. Oh, thank you. Hopefully, this is live. People are saying, Roman, that they can hear some people in the control room as of a minute ago, so we might have a mic that's still on somewhere. But I can't hear what he's saying. But the good thing is I can actually edit the audio after the fact. So, yeah. Let me know, Luke and my mom, if that gets fixed, because they're watching and they texted me. All right. I just hear poor Roman in the background. All right, so let me read the first one. And again, all of these are real. There is going to be a time where I start making stuff up, and you guys can kind of figure out which is real. But this is all real. Almost all of these happen in Florida. We're going to have to change the segment to Florida news at some point. But I don't think this one was in Florida. So again, these are all real. It's asking me if I want to subscribe. All right, so let's see. First one. Civil War cannon fired at York County party, police say. Police asked those at a Newberry Township party to stop firing a replica of a Civil War cannon after a blast shook someone's home, which is crazy to me. So these people were having a party and decided to fire a Civil War era type of cannon. So I think that's pretty crazy. And I think, I don't know. Nobody was hurt, which is good. Nobody got arrested or did anything. And they were just firing a Civil War era cannon. The thing about these articles, though, is that because they're so absurd, there's really no context. So it doesn't say like what was going on or where they even got a Civil War type of cannon. But they were using gunpowder and I guess loading it how they used to. But I wish I was invited to that party. And then I guess this girl's in Florida, but that Catch Me or Cash Me Outside girl, I don't even know what her name is, she was sentenced to probation for stealing her own mother's car. So this 14-year-old stole her mother's car, and her mother called the police, and she was arrested, and apparently she does this all the time. I mean, I never stole my parents' car, but I don't think, even if I did, I'm trying to think of what situation where they would decide to call the cops on me. My mom's watching, so you can tell me, Mom, in what situation would you call the cops on me? So this was in the news a few weeks ago. This was from Alabama. A dozen inmates escaped jail, which is pretty crazy. It was a maximum security prison. These are murderers and people who've just done crazy, terrible things with their lives. And yeah, they escaped from jail. And the way they did that, and the reason why they escaped, was because they used peanut butter to escape from jail. And I had to read this story 8 times, and people are nodding their heads yep. It's crazy. Apparently there was a door that was numbered for the cell doors or a cell block door. And they used peanut butter to cover that door sign so it just looked like a regular door, which is very confusing to me because I've seen peanut butter many times. I don't think you could put on a door and blend out numbers. So it's just crazy to me. So apparently they covered the number, and a guard came by, and he was a new guard, and he wasn't sure what was going on. So he just opened the door, and then they all escaped. And then they caught all 12 of them, and it was fine. So yeah, it was pretty interesting. And then let's see. And then this one was definitely in Florida. We had to end one with Florida. This is all alleged, by the way. I just have to say that these people have not been charged. I mean, they've been charged, but they haven't been proven guilty, so I would like to say allegedly. So a man allegedly robbed a bank, got naked, and threw the money. So the authorities say that they arrested him because he robbed a bank, and then after he robbed the bank, he succeeded with robbing it. He stripped naked, and then he ran down the street throwing the stolen money. And he thought, oh Jesus, I didn't even read this part. He was 25 years old, and he thought it was going to jumpstart his career as a comedian, which is not the way to do it. Wouldn't surprise me if he had a YouTube channel and he was trying to get the views on YouTube, because that's the newest thing. I'm not going to try it to that extreme, but I will definitely rob the bank to get more views on the show. So if you think I should rob a bank, just tweet at Late Night Web and just be like, yes, Jared, you should rob a bank, or just right now. Speaking of this, when I said before for my mom to text me what I would do if I stole her car that would make her call the police, and she says never. She would never do that because I'm perfect, which I agree with. But if I used her car to rob a bank, would she call the police? I don't know. We need to have her on the show, and we'll ask these questions that everybody needs to know, including me. And then the final one was also out of Florida. It's not loading because they removed the story, which is fine. Oh wait, no, here it is. And this was, okay, I lied. This wasn't from Florida. This was from the UK. McDonald's customers watched a naked man inject drugs into his private area. And they arrested this guy, obviously, and he allegedly got into a McDonald's and shot up drugs through his area, which is very confusing, and a lot of people were complaining because they had to sit and witness it. If I was there, I wouldn't even witness it. I would just leave and never come back. I have not had McDonald's in a year or two anyway. So we're getting ready to bring out our guest in just a minute. I just wanted to check some tweets, and then hopefully, I know I said this last week, but following week, we won't have to use this stupid phone anymore. I could break it, and nobody will have to hear from me again. So yeah. Somebody tweeted a picture that they're ready. It looks like he has a quesadilla, he has rice, and he has some interesting kind of stuff. How's it going?
No, thank you.
Well, come here. Well, let me say. I can't say. Well, you locked it. Thank you, Robin. Thank you.
Yeah, my phone too.
No, you keep your phone. I have to put in my damn passcode. And again, so hopefully next week there won't be any more phones. Somebody said Florida is weird. And Florida is weird, but I have family there, we have friends there, so we're gonna not do that. So this is the moment everybody's been waiting for, and some nervous person backstage, she has not been waiting for this. So we are going to welcome our guest. She works. We'll see where she works, but that was a weird segue. But I guess everybody give a big round of applause for our guest, Wendy. Welcome.
Ugh.
So how's it going?
Great. How are you doing this evening?
I'm doing all right. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Yeah. Are you enjoying the show so far?
So far, I'm having a great time.
Okay, so let's fill some people in. What do you do?
Here,
Yes.
I am challenged, as in technologically challenged.
Okay, yeah.
No idea what I'm doing, and I have been a button pusher since day one.
You mean on the show or just
On
in
the
general?
show,
Okay.
yes, on
Okay.
the show.
So you're in the tech room. I don't see what goes on in the tech room. So you just push stuff. Okay, gotcha. So how has that been? Is that exciting? Is it scary?
It's scary because I'm scared of computers.
Okay, so why are you scared of computers?
Because I don't know how to operate them.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair.
It's true.
I guess tell everybody a little bit about where you're originally from and just your background
Sure.
in stuff and how you somehow ended up pushing
Here,
buttons on a
pushing
computer.
buttons.
Yes.
Okay. I am originally from Baltimore,
Okay.
Maryland. Born and raised. Moved to New Orleans.
Okay.
Lived there for the past 10 years. Very exciting, very intense. And my parents live here. So
Okay.
throughout the years, I come here for the summer or to relax or to get away from the intensity.
Right.
And I saw your ad on the Craigslist.
Yes.
And it was very intriguing because Myrtle Beach is not the most happening creative
No,
place
yeah,
that I've ever
right.
lived.
Yeah.
Ever.
It's probably the least.
The least. Absolutely.
And
So,
which is why I wanted to do the show in Myrtle Beach.
Yes.
One, because I live here and I don't feel like moving. And two, just there's not that much going on.
there's not that much going on.
Okay.
Unless you're 70.
Unless you're 7.
Unless you're 70 and then there's so
Oh,
much
70.
going on. Yeah. Or 7. The beach
Yeah.
is kind of fun.
I guess, okay, so you've always hated computers. So what's like the worst computer experience you've had? That like made you, oh boy.
I cry when I have to fill out resumes
Okay.
because for some reason I'm not very good at, I don't even know how to make a file.
Gotcha. That is sad.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
bad.
yeah.
It's not good. I can build a house. I can
Okay.
paint your house. I can make a garden grow. I can do everything.
Right.
But I cannot really figure out or navigate because there's no feeling.
Right.
Like I can't feel my way around.
Right.
It's
So-
just this,
Right.
and I don't understand it.
So you said you could build a house. So you've built houses before?
Well, not
Or-
quite, but I've definitely mixed up rooms, arranged them, decorated them, painted them, knocked them down.
Gotcha. So
That's
so
exciting.
do you usually like use sledgehammers or do you run it over a wrecking ball? I don't know how any of
I
that
wish
stuff
I
works.
had a wrecking ball, but
Yeah.
I do not have one of those.
Okay.
But yes,
Explosions?
not yet.
You got to work your way up
I
to
do.
it.
I'm working my way up. Working my way up slowly by
Yeah.
filling out resumes.
Exactly. So which hopefully will get better from pushing buttons on the show,
Yes!
and we can.
Exactly.
And if you do ever get explosions or bulldozer, we need to be there shooting you
Yeah.
destroy a house. Yeah.
I can do it.
Yep. We'll eventually we'll have a camera back there and people will just get to see. But eventually you'll be pushing a lot of buttons. Right now it's just one button, possibly two. I don't
One
pay
a
attention.
week or two, yeah.
Yeah. We're probably going to up it to maybe like 15, 20
Whoa,
buttons.
that's max. I'm
Yeah.
ready. George
Okay.
Jetson. I'll know how George, like the button pushing
Right.
fighter on the Jetsons.
Yeah. So I've never been to New Orleans or Norlands or
All of them.
yeah. What's like the craziest thing that's happened that you can recall from when you lived there?
From what, gee, I don't know. There's crazy things that happen every day in
Right.
New Orleans. Unfortunately now, which is in the news, is it has been raining there.
Oh.
And it flooded, actually,
Ooh.
in New Orleans over the past, I think, couple of days.
Wow.
So that's kind of been pretty crazy. Thank God I wasn't there because I
Right.
probably would have had a heart attack.
Flooded like how it was flooded here a year or two ago,
Yep.
or like, wow,
Yep, exactly.
that's intense.
Unfortunately, they have like this pumping system, but it did not really work so well.
Oh,
So
wow.
people were like kayaking down the roads, drinking beer, delivering food, getting to their gigs, and
Wow,
yeah, like you know,
that's crazy.
rolling with the punches.
Yeah, well,
That's
at least,
what they do best.
yeah. So you'd rather be back there pushing buttons than in a kayak going over a flooded city?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Right now, pushing buttons, that kind of scary I can deal with. The
Right.
whole wading through the water is, I've had a lot of, that's too much.
Okay, I don't want to go there.
I'd rather,
Sorry.
I'd rather wade through the ocean water.
Didn't want to turn this into a Dr.
Yeah.
Phil thing, but it was just, yeah. So in about 2 minutes, we're going to play a game,
I love games.
which we haven't really played a game on the show yet, but it's one of the audience's favorite segments.
Sweet.
That's what I like to say, even though don't know what we're talking about. So it's going to be a nice little game. It's going to be called Try Not to Laugh.
Okay.
And this was actually Tony's idea. So you met Tony. They know Tony. Yeah, Tony. Yeah, Tony. There we go. So pretty much we're going to do 2 different rounds of this game. We're going to see what works best. We're going to sit across from each other.
Okay.
And we're going to try to make the other person laugh. We'll start off by just saying anything, like just no limit to what could be said, except like crazy explicitness.
Okay, no cuss words.
Yeah, and then and then after that, if that's too easy, we'll move to where we can only say 1 word at a time and see what happens. Because people who've been watching me for years, when I would do prank calls, I would never laugh. I would never get to laugh. And now on this show, I want to try and laugh, but I don't even know if I know how to laugh for long periods of time. So we'll see. So you seem pretty funny, so we'll see if you could make me laugh, or if you can't. It's no big deal.
Okay.
So
As long as I don't make you cry.
yeah, please. Well,
Okay.
if it's from laughter, sure.
All right,
But if
yeah.
I'm in tears, just stop whatever you're saying. Like
Okay.
just.
Then I'll give you a hug.
Yeah, because then I'll have to bring up water and why you're afraid of it, and we'll have to go there.
Yeah.
So don't.
You make me push more buttons.
Yeah. All right. So we'll get the chair set up, and again, when you're watching in post, there'll be some cute little music. So I guess we could have some more applause. All right. Let's get these chairs set up. I
Wait, we're saying
guess.
just 1 word or a couple of words?
We'll start off with a
Tell me
couple
again.
words. We'll start here. I think that'll be good, unless. Yeah. And I'll have a little seat here. And hopefully this is as fun as it seems on the YouTubes. Because even though this is on YouTube, I've been on YouTube for years, over 10 years now. God, I'm old. I've never really followed any of the challenges, so this is a nice little challenge that they have on YouTube. So,
Okay.
since you are the guest, God,
Okay.
I'm already laughing.
I'm winning.
We'll do like 3 rounds, I guess,
Okay.
and you go first.
And I'm just supposed to say anything.
Yeah. And I guess we have to decide what counts as a laugh. Smiling is fine, but like a verbal, like, ha, is bad.
A verbal ha.
Yeah.
So no snickering.
Yeah, no snickering.
Okay.
Smiling is fine, I guess.
Smiling is fine.
Yeah. Okay.
Why don't you go first so I understand what's happening?
But you're the guest. You could say anything.
I will say anything.
Okay, I almost just laughed before you started talking, so I would have been out.
It's working already.
Okay. I'll take that as an evil laugh. That doesn't count. Okay. And did you know that cats. That's all I got.
Did you hear that birds?
Okay, I could see that. All right, so how can I make you laugh? I don't even know you that well. Ah! Okay,
It was close.
Yeah.
It was very close.
sorry for anybody who's watching with headphones.
Your shirt's untucked.
Okay, is it? All right, so I lost one.
One
That
point,
was
1 point.
that was
All
funny.
right,
That was
all right.
good.
We're getting there. We're
Okay.
getting to know each other.
Yeah,
That's how we're doing it.
I'm so insecure about that. Why would you say that? It's
Wait,
not
I
even
went
fair.
too. That's not fair.
Well, that was the end of the round, so this is round 2. So I guess since I lost, I'll go first.
Is this all the words or 1 word?
Yeah, we'll do all the words.
Okay.
Okay. This is just a verbal question, I guess. How many dogs have jumped through your earrings?
3 miniature dachshunds.
Okay. Makes sense.
How many combs have your beard broken?
Cones?
Combs.
Oh, combs. 2? 2. Okay.
Okay.
Just imagine what you would look like if you had this beard.
Imagine what you look
That was a
like
laugh.
if it was.
There we go. So now we're tied. So now one more.
Wait, I thought that was the round.
Oh, so you want to do one word now?
I don't know anything.
Okay, let's do one round now. So we tied that round. 1 and 1. Okay.
Okay.
So one word at a time.
1 word.
Yep.
Flabbergasted. Flabber. I guess that was 3. But flabber is what I'm trying to get across.
Okay. Moist.
Sphere.
Flamingo.
Cream.
Tulips. Strawberry.
Super.
Califragilistic.
Yes, I couldn't get it out.
That's a laugh.
That's not fair.
Okay, we can do one more.
Okay.
Okay,
Are you going? Am I going?
you go.
You're
Yeah,
going.
since it
Okay.
wasn't fair.
It wasn't fair. Finally.
Okay.
It's not funny.
Backpack.
Gadzooks.
What was that?
Exactly.
That was a gazook.
That was.
Okay.
Blubber. Blubber.
I don't know if that counts. We'll call that a tie because you made yourself laugh.
Just say it. Say it with me. Blubber.
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 Blubber. Blubber. That's fun. Everybody give Wendy a round of applause. Thank you so much for doing this.
Oh, thank you.
Go back to pushing some buttons.
I will.
I'll move these out. All right. So, going to move on to our final crazy fun segment once Wendy gets a little situated. I don't know what I'm doing with these. I have no idea what's going on with these. And I see like the camera's following me. This is so uncomfortable. Okay, I guess I'll go back on my mark. That's what we'll do. We're gonna play a game involving 5 lucky, I guess you could say, people at home. And we didn't really pick them at random, but we picked them. And their names are, I know their names. We have James, we have Tony, we have Tim, we have Lightning FNC, and we have Graham. Those are their names. So in the next few minutes, we're going to be getting them on a Skype call, and you guys will be able to see all of them, hopefully. And what's going to be going on is we're going to play 2 different games. This is a game called Webcam Games, and when I announced it, I said we're going to be playing some Webcam Games later. You know, tweet me if you want to play, and if you want to play in the future, you could just tweet us at Late Night Web and just let me know what your Skype name is, or just DM us. That way you're not publicly posting stuff, and then you'll be added to the list of people we go through. So the way Webcam Games is going to work is we're going to get those 5 people on the phone. You're going to be able to see them, and we're going to play 2 different games. My water bottle went missing and might be in the tech room, so hopefully they can find it. The first round is I told everybody to get a bottle of water, and everybody watching somehow agreed on a 2-liter bottle of water, which they're not even real. So they're getting a regular 16.9-ounce bottle of water, and I will have my 33-ounce bottle of water if we could find it. I have absolutely no idea where it is, but that's okay. We'll find it. And we're all, at the same time, going to start drinking, and whoever finishes first is the winner. You're probably thinking like, Jared, what do they get? Nothing, but when we do have shirts in a few weeks, they will get a shirt in the future. So, and then the second game we're going to play is a game that I have not played in about 7 years, and it was a lot of fun 7 years ago. Actually, it might be longer than that, probably 8 years, and it'll still be just as fun today, where those same 5 people are going to get random household objects that I just randomly say. So, for example, they don't have to do it now, but if I say to go get an iron, they all have to run. They're probably going to be out of frame unless they're in their ironing room. Grab an iron and come back, and the last person to do so gets eliminated. And we'll keep doing that and doing that and doing that until we're down to 1 person. So if you guys could just let me know in the tech room whenever anybody is ready, all up on Skype, we will be ready to go with our first game. I don't think anybody can find my water bottle. That's okay. If it's not in the tech room, it might be around here. Let me see. I mean, I don't have to compete, but that's okay. Maybe that bathroom on the left-hand side. I don't know. We lost my water bottle. I filled it up right before the show, but we're live, so if we can't find it, I guess they're going to have to do it on their own. So I'm just waiting for some confirmation that we have everybody up on the screen, and if not everybody is up on the screen, that's okay. And apparently we still have audio on in the tech room. That's okay. So I'm just waiting. Yeah, we can't find this water bottle. That's funny. All right, so I'm opting out of this. I guess could you get me a cup of or 2 cups of water? That way, that'll be equal. I guess I don't even know. We're winging this. So I'm hoping. And in about 60 seconds, everybody in the tech room, whoever is not on camera yet, like that's okay. If it's only 4 people, that'll be, that's fine, or even if it's only 2 people. We'll just kind of wing it. So yeah. So yeah, this is the first time we're live. It seems like the stream's working on Facebook and YouTube and everywhere, so that was good. I was very concerned that it wasn't going to be working, so that does seem to be working. So yeah, trying to think of a fun little story to stall for a little bit. So pretty much, just making sure my mic is still working correctly. Okay, so I had to, I think it was last night or the night before, had to go get gas at a gas station at night, and I don't like doing that because like everybody, as Roman is leaving, he just ran out of the studio. He quit. Poor Wendy's back there all by herself with too many buttons to push. She's laughing, so I guess it's fine. So we're gonna keep rolling. And for people that are saying that there's audio issues and stuff, I could fix it later in post, don't worry. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Roman. Do we have people on Skype yet, Roman?
Yeah, we got some people on Skype.
Okay. All right, so I think we're good. What is that? I hope nobody was watching got to hear that, but I'm pretty sure that went live. But, all right, I was gonna drink this. All right.
No, not yet.
I apologize for people in the audience. So yes, this is full. This is still full. So, I don't know if I'm supposed to hear them or not. If I could just get a confirmation of when we're ready to start, and I'll explain the rules again. If everybody on camera on Skype could just hold up their bottle of water to show A, that it's full, and show that you're prepared. Because if you have an empty bottle of water, if you start with an empty bottle of water, we will be, I don't know, you'll be cheating. So I'm gonna give it like 30 more seconds, then we're just gonna get going, because I'm assuming I have not heard anything. Okay, so we're ready to go in the water. Okay, cool, thank you. All right, so we're gonna start on my account. So I guess everybody in the tech room, if you could just, I guess, have the camera as much on Skype as possible, because we could always just mix in me with this. So if you could just have the main camera on Skype for as long as possible, and people won't be able to see me, but I'll tell you when I'm done. All right, so if everybody can hold up their bottles, on my count, I will say, this isn't the count, but I will say 3, 2, 1, go, and then you go. So don't start sooner. And ready for the count? 3, 2, 1, go. I'm done, I think. This kind of counts. That feels stuck to my stomach. Thank you, Roman, for the warm water. It's better than no water, but I have no idea where my water bottle went. I assume everybody's still drinking? What was that? James was the last one? Who was the first one? Oh, Graham. Who was the first one on Skype? Lightning. All right, so we'll say, if I can't keep this down, then I guess I'm disqualified. But, okay, so Lightning was the first, Graham was the last. Graham gets to stay on camera. Terrible idea. Terrible idea. Yeah, so Graham gets to stay on camera. So now we're going to go to the next segment. I'm so excited for this, so I hope everybody at home is ready for this. So I'm gonna name a random household object. So if all of you, I guess if you're on your phone, somebody might be on their phone or their iPad, you cannot bring it with you. You have to leave it where you are and come back with the item. And Wendy's going to be the judge just because things are moving too quick. As soon as they entered the frame and you notice the object, they win. They don't have to like run up to the camera and show it. As soon as you see them in the shot with whatever it is and you verify that's what it is, it's fine, and it only comes down to the last person. So if you are the last person, you will be eliminated, then we'll be down to 4, then 3, then 2, and then 1. We're gonna start off, not easy, but I guess not as crazy. And if you're with your family, you should just kind of warn them you're gonna be running around like a crazy person, or just don't warn them, that's even better. So we're about to start. Could I just get confirmation that everybody on Skype is ready with the big thumbs up? All right. I'm just gonna assume we have a thumbs up from everybody. Are we good to go on Skype? Okay, we are good to go. So the first object you guys need to find is, oh, no, that's going to be for the harder rounds, sorry. Okay, so the first object, again, you cannot bring your device with you. Run, like leave the device, run, bring it back, is A, empty roll of paper towels. So hopefully they're off and running. Okay, so let's see. Hopefully they're going. I cannot see. I just need to know who's back last. Paper towels. Paper towels has to be an empty roll of paper towels. Okay, and just let me know when somebody's last. James the Nerd emptied the whole roll live on camera. Good for him. I was expecting that. Expect nothing less from James. But I expected a little more at the same time. I'm just kidding, James. His poor parents are probably just like. Okay, so Graham is the one who gets eliminated. So claps for Graham for trying. He brought back a roll of toilet paper. That's all right. So now we're down to 4. So we're down to Tony, James, Tim, and Lightning. Okay. So now it's going to get a little crazier. So again, if you didn't tell your family what's going on, that's all right. You need to bring back. Oh boy, how would we judge that? Okay, this is going to be terrible. You need to bring back not flip-flops, not, I don't know anything else, but you need to bring back 4 pairs of shoes. Go. 4 whole pairs of shoes. There's only guys playing, so I only own like 2 pairs of shoes and some flip-flops. So we'll see if anybody can accomplish this. James brought a whole basket of shoes, so that counts. And I did not give him these ahead of time. I'm just kind of winging this. So now we all know James has a basket of shoes, which is smart. Tim is in last. So Tim, I appreciate it. Thank you for trying. And anybody who's playing now, you'll be. I want to kind of have some regular people playing, like regular as in like the same kind of people. So it'll be fun. So Tim, you'll be back next time. Thank you so much for playing. So now we're down to 3. We're down to James, Tony, who's staying really under the radar, and Lightning FNC, who is also awesome. But I haven't heard Tony win anything yet. So Tony, step it up, if he's still even there. Oh, yeah, he's winning the dancing game. Okay, so Tony's dancing on camera. Tony, please keep your clothes on, please. Please, I personally wouldn't mind, but there are people out there that probably would. So please just keep all of your clothes on. And if they're off, just stay how they are, I guess. I guess it was a bad idea to say that I can't really see everybody playing. All right, so the next item you need to bring back. What? A what? Okay, we'll save that. We'll save that. It's not a folding lawn chair in case you heard it through the mic. That is a good idea though. I just don't. 1 year, just funny story, 1 year ago, do not bring this. 1 year I said a lawnmower as a joke, and it was like 3:30 in the morning, and this kid came riding into his bedroom on like a sit-down lawnmower, and he was hammered, and then he covered himself in chocolate syrup. And I have that clip. We're not going to play it, but I have it. And it's one of my most cherished memories ever, is that happening, because I didn't think anybody was going to actually do it, and he did. His name was Jimmy, and I still remember him. So, just a fun little story while we play this game. All right, so the next item is not a lawnmower, not yet a folding lawn chair, but a garbage pail inside a garbage bag. Have fun with that. I'm sure James has baskets of these just sitting around. It's going to look like I'm rigging it for him. But I'm not. It needs to be a pail inside of a bag, like the bag. Okay. Is James already back, or is he just? So the bag is like in. So the pail is in the bag. Okay. So James was the first. God. Tony was the second, so that means Lightning FNC is done. Is he back yet? No? Guess not. Okay. Poor guy. It always sucks when people take forever to come back and like they're out. So that's all right. I should have said where everybody was playing from, but everybody's playing, I think, all over America. I don't think there was anybody outside of America. But once we did this kind of spur of the moment last minute, so I would eventually like everybody competing all over the world, and we can have like a World Series of finding random objects. So now we're down to Tony and James. And they know each other. They met here on show number 1. And again, this is not rigged in any way, shape, or form. They're going to have to bring back 3 items. They could either bring them back one at a time, or they can bring them back all at the same time. You don't get points for doing either. It's just once all 3 items are in this room. So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to name all 3 items, give you guys some time to plot your course throughout your house. And then I'll say 3, 2, 1, and then go. So the 3 items: a folding lawn chair or some sort of chair. If a chair is already in the frame, it doesn't count. It has to be a different one. So if you have a folding lawn chair, perfect. The second item: 6 different sized bowls. So it could be like cooking bowls, just any size bowl. The basket that James already brought does not count. So we have a chair, preferably a folding chair, 6 different sized bowls. And then the third thing you would need to bring back, God, is one of my favorites. I wasn't going to say this, but now we're going to say it: a shower curtain rod. So, folding lawn chair, 6 different bowls, and a shower curtain rod. James and Tony, give everybody a thumbs up that you're ready to take on this. James is in New Jersey, so he's on the East Coast, even though New York is better. Tony is in California, but he's closer to LA, I guess, even though San Diego is better. So we have East Coast and West Coast. In the 90s, it was hip hop. In 2017, it's finding a lawn chair, 6 bowls, and a shower curtain rod. Could you guys just give me a thumbs up that you have those items in your house? Because if you don't have a shower curtain rod, maybe you have all glass showers. If you don't, just give me like a thumbs down, and then we'll figure out which ones you don't have, which is, okay, so they have a shower curtain rod, both of them, okay. So on my count, 3, 2, 1, go. I would put my money on James, but I don't know. Let's see who comes back first. Then again, if need. Okay, so Tony has the curtain rod first, just the curtain rod. I have not heard from James. I think he's going to try and bring back all 3. He's going to try and be a hero. I have faith in him. Not playing favorites, but just James has been killing it, but we'll see. Tony with the pots, no sign of James. That's Tony with the pots. God. So now we're waiting on, okay, so James is not even back yet. So Tony, big round of applause everybody for Tony for winning. So James gets to come back to being second place. I was gonna say, he came back with all 3 things a split second later. That's amazing. So thank you, James, for participating. Thank you, Tony and James. So Tony, you will get a Webcam Game shirt. And James, just for being awesome, you will get a shirt too once we have shirts in a few weeks. And I know the 2 of you will bug me relentlessly until you get the shirts, and I expect you to do so. So that was it for Webcam Games. Tony, since he is the winner, he gets to stay on camera for the rest of the show. Not like, he doesn't need to be on screen the whole time, Roman, but you can keep cutting back and forth between me and him. Or you can keep him up the whole time. It's fine. It's fine. So Tony won. I was going to call the winner, but we don't. Again, we threw this together at the last minute, so we don't have all of the things like the TV screen for me to watch and commentate as it's happening, and all that stuff. So from all the tweets I've been seeing, people, everybody are loving these this webcam game. So if you want to apply to be on Webcam Games for now, DM me on Twitter at Late Night Web. Say that you want to go, and you'll be on the list. I don't know how many people we can have on a Skype call. I think it's set up to 32. I'd like to have as many people as humanly possible all around the world playing this segment of the show, and we're probably not going to do it every week, but it's a lot of fun, so we're probably going to do it every week. So we'll kind of use that to wrap up the show, but games will be quicker. We'll have random games. There was a nice little fun game that I'm thinking about bringing back, but we'll see. So, yeah, I know Roman's going to have a little hissy fit, but just going to check Twitter one more time, see what's going on. And thank you to Tim, to Lightning, to Graham, to James, to Tony, and to James, Tony, Lightning, Graham. I'm forgetting one. I'm blanking. It's okay. And to the fifth person. God, I can't remember. I'm terrible with names. So let's just see. So yeah, thank you to everybody. And everybody's saying to play the clip of that kid Jimmy. I obviously don't have it here to throw to, but I will. And Tim, yes, thank you, Tim, for playing as well. Sorry, I always forget his name because he's not Tim online. He's something else. So we will continue to play that game, obviously, and we'll be doing some other ones. So thank you to everybody who played and to Lightning. And yes, that was a lot of fun. And thank you to all who tuned in. And thank you to everybody who's watching on Periscope, on YouTube, on Facebook, on Twitch, and everywhere else. I haven't been able to see any of the comments. So if you want to be a part of this show in any way, shape, or form, just tweet at Late Night Web or shoot a DM with your Skype info, and we'll do stuff. Because we're going to be pulling guests. Once we get some more equipment set up here, we're going to be pulling guests from the internet. We're going to be pulling you guys for Webcam Games, and that was just a lot of fun, just hearing what was going on. And I can't wait to watch the clip sitting here. So with that, guys, this was a lot of fun. I guess, yeah, we're going to wrap this thing up. This was episode number 2 of the Late Night Web Show. My name is Jared. Thank you guys so much for joining. And when you watch this in post, there'll be music and transitions. Wendy is going to learn how to cue bundles of different musics all the time. So she's going to be very excited to do that. And then, and hopefully a lot of people saying there's some stuff with the audio this week. That's fine. We'll get that fixed. And when I re-edit it for YouTube, it will be crystal clear, including that time we blew out everybody with headphones. So our bad, but that's okay. That happens all the time. But hopefully it won't happen anymore. So I also want to give a shout out to a company I didn't thank last week, Little Spider Creations in Little River, South Carolina. They are the ones who built this beautiful set. I reached out to them in February when originally the show was going to launch in May, and had this concept, and they kind of drew out what the set was going to be like, and they built this amazing set. And I just wanted to thank them because I didn't thank them last show, and I felt kind of bad. And they were here all the way up until yesterday, just fixing some things on the set, making it just better, and hopefully it's just going to keep getting better and better. So thank you, Little Spider Creations. If you ever need a set built for your late night show, or you need just really anything built, and you're in the South Carolina area, and they do stuff all around the U.S., so you can hit them up, and I'm sure they'll figure something out. Yeah. And I guess, and we're also, some people are probably going to ask how we're streaming to so many different places at once. A company called Restream, their website is restream.io, restream.io. They have a nice service. They have a nice little part in their service where you have to pay for it, but you stream to them, and then they stream your stream to all different places at once. So if you don't have a lot of bandwidth, we have a lot of bandwidth, but I just don't want to stream to 8 different places all at once. They kind of do it for you, and you just stream it once to them. And I wanted to thank Heather, Brandon, and Travis for being amazing camera people. All of you come into frame for a second, take your headsets off, and just wave to the camera. Because you guys are awesome. You guys did an amazing job. This one's on. So, yeah, say hey. And also thank you again to Roman, and now this one's on. So hey, thank you guys. And thank you to Roman and to Wendy back in the room. And now that one's on. Okay, and that one. Now they're testing us. I'm very confused. All right, so I'm going to wrap this thing up, and we're going to ask some who's like, where am I supposed to be looking, Roman? Thank you guys for tuning in to episode 2 of the Late Night Web Show. My name is Jared. We'll be back next week at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and 5 p.m. Pacific Time. Almost at a specific time, but I guess that is a specific time. And we were a little late today fixing some issues, and yeah, the audio was like blowing out speakers, and we definitely fixed that. So that's why we were a little late. So yeah, I don't know where I'm supposed. I guess I'll just keep looking here, I guess. So thank you guys for watching. This full episode will stay up for a few hours, and then I'll re-edit it and have it up on YouTube tomorrow. Then we'll cut everything up into segments, and yeah, that's what we're going to be doing. So thank you guys. Have a great night, and I will see you next week.
Late Night Web Show. It's a Late Night Web Show. Ta-da! the Web Night Late Show. Wait, is that even it? Let's try it more like this. The Late Night Web Show. The Late Night Web Show.